is how engineering works. Now, the question may be, well, what do I do if I don't have the materials for any of my engineering? That's the next question. So, you can do one of two things. You can basically go spelunking and try and find them through grinding. Getting materials is done differently depending upon the material. So for raw materials, there's 3 different kinds of materials. There are raw materials, manufactured materials, and forget what the last one, what the third is referred to as. Encoded materials. So you got raw materials, you have manufactured materials, and you have encoded materials. Basically. So, how do you get them? I will show you. Let me find a clean place to drop. Because you guys have probably seen... do you guys remember when I went prospecting, when I went to the crystal shards, and did some prospecting the crystal shards for materials? Do you guys remember when I did that probably about a month or so ago? I did that, I jumped out about 1,500 light years to go to the shards, and I was driving around in my SRV, shooting things, and, and collecting materials, right? So, what I was collecting there were raw materials. Those were raw materials. And that's how you collect them. You collect them by landing on planets, driving around in an SRV, looking for those kind of deposits, shooting them, and then scooping up the materials with your SRV. It can be a very slow and tedious process. How you get manufactured materials? Well, I will show you how you can get manufactured materials. There's a couple ways you can do it. Let us go drop on the nav beacon, shall we? Now, bearing in mind, you also can frequently get materials by doing missions. Very, very often, missions will have a material reward option. So when you perform a mission, very often you'll have the option of cash reward, a reputation reward, a cargo reward, or a materials reward. And again, you'll know that it's a materials reward because it'll have that same nut symbol for engineering. It will have that same symbol. So, aren't they, Leo? Cool. That's good to hear. So you can receive materials from doing missions. That can be done. So just random, so you won't always get what you need, but it will tell you what it is. What do you mean, J10? What do you mean by that? Oh, hey, what do you mean? You mean that your material reward is like it's always random, but you do know what you're getting ahead of time. Is that what you mean? You can't choose a mission and say, I want to get this material. The material you receive will be a random one, but you'll be able to tell what material you're getting when you do the mission. That is correct. Now, manufactured materials, I will show you. I'll show you the general way to do it, and then I'll show you the easy way to get manufactured materials. Alright, nav beacon, where are you? There you are. So let's target the nav beacon. And I need to check something. Hang on. Was I smart enough to have... Give me a second. Do I have... No. Shoot. Okay. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna... Need to see if Patterson has one of these. I want to try and grab something. Hang on a second. Because I'm going to show you guys a very easy way to get materials. Just give me 1 second. Now it writes Patterson should have one. Yes, it does. Okay. Alright, so first let's go to Always do that. Let's go to Patterson Enterprise real quick. Because when it comes to getting these materials, your best bet is going to be to get yourself a collector limpet. And I will explain why. How much do I have? Do I have room for manufactured, just like for the G5s, I wonder? Hang on. This will help if I need... I may be able to. Okay, I may be able to. I'm hoping I can show you. Because there's actually a very easy way for you to collect manufactured materials without needing to do a whole lot of hunting down. Then I will show you how to do this. But you are going to want to get a collector limpet. Preferably, you're probably going to want to get a grade 3 collector limpet, so you can have 2 limpets working at the same time. You can do it with one. It might just be... It'll be slow. And, you know, a grade 3 collector limpet can fire you two limpets at once to do collecting. And for what I'm about to show you, you're going to want to have those 2 out there collecting to move things along quicker. So I will show you. I might get rid of, now that I'm thinking about it. I suppose I could see. I'm going to get rid of the planetary vehicle hangar. Might be able to get rid of that. I'll figure out what I'm gonna get rid of. Heck, I could probably get rid of the shields, honestly, for the time being. Yeah, I could probably get rid of my shields. Just for them all, just temporarily. Hi, Dirahan, how's it going? Oh, actually, no, I need to keep the shields for my demonstration. By the way, anyone, elite commanders in chat, is there anyone that can jump onto Elite soon? Is there anyone that can jump onto Elite soon? I will need your assistance with a demonstration.
Echo 9 Bravo, good to see you, Commander. Throttle down and commence with docking. Access permitted.
Yeah, but Merlin, you're a little far away. I don't want to force you to fly all the way back out of Regro. Seb, where are you? Yeah, not right now. After I do this, after I show you the little trick with getting materials, I just need someone in a ship that can go on a planet.
Landing gear deployed.
Yeah, call to A5? Okay, this should be fairly close. That could work. Alright, so let's throw a collector limpet on.
Landing completed. Engaging docking restraints. Enjoy your stay at our facility, Commander.
Alright. Oh, I can get rid of one of these. Okay, yeah, that'll work. I forgot I had all these freaking things. Okay. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna sell you. I forgot I had so many cargo. Alright, let me get a 4A fuel scoop. Like, to replace you. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. There's no 4As here? Alright, well, I'll make do with a 3A. There is a 3A here, isn't there? Oh, God. Hang on. Can I buy back? Son of a bitch. I cannot. Alright, I'll make do with a 3B, I guess. Why is there not... Oh, wait. Oh, you bastards. Alright. Well, I'll make do with a 3B then for the time being until I can get back to my, carrier and get an actual proper fuel scoop on there. That'll work for traveling. And then I can get my collector limpets. There we go, 3A. I want the 3A because the 3 gives me 2 limpets. Is there a 3A? I didn't see one. Did I miss it? I didn't see a 3A. Oh, there it is. You are absolutely right. There was a 3A. Thank you, Death Star. Okay. Now, for collector limpet, I want to get 3A. Because the 3 gives me 2 limpets. I have slightly better range than, you know, I've got an extra 320 meters versus the 1A. Or the C. And...
Cheer 100 our Empress. Being
life.
snobby about spaceship equipment since 2024.
You kidding me?
Cheeky smiley face.
You kidding me? I've been snobby about spaceship equipment since when I started playing Elite almost 4 years ago. But the 3A, yeah, any of these will do. Honestly, like, any of the limpets will do. The benefit of 3A is I have longer active range for the limpets, and I have longer... the limpets will last longer. Like 720 seconds versus 510 seconds. So, that's why I prefer the 3As. And the price is not that different. It seems like at 18,000 versus 73,000, the amount of money that you make in a leap, this price difference is kind of meaningless, realistically speaking. So, I'm going to buy that. And we're gonna purchase some limpets. Don't forget your limpets. It's 16 limpets in there. Alright. There we go. So I will launch while we're doing this. Now, wrong. If you go into your navigation panel, now you're gonna want to look at signal sources. Okay? Signal sources is where you will find manufactured materials. And we're not going to see them until we get into Super Cruise.
From landing pad. Your way is cleared for departure.
Now, manufactured materials you can get from one of 2 places, or 3 places. 1, from missions, like I mentioned to you. 2, if you explode a ship, exploding ships will also drop materials. If you blow up an enemy ship, there will be manufactured materials that you can collect that can be very useful that are all useful for engineering. So, The other way is to fly to certain signal sources that will have materials. So, if we look here, look at all these things here. So, let's go to a degraded emissions. We will go to this degraded emissions signal source. That is a good spot for some manufactured materials. Okay? And I should program in my fire group. There we go. You'll notice up at the top here, on the top right above my head, you notice there's a new info thing. The faction, the states, and the time. That is referencing the signal source that I'm looking at. So if I do not go drop on this signal source within the next 25 minutes and change, this signal source will disappear. So signal sources are transient. They will disappear after a certain amount of time. So you need to get to them if you plan on making use of them for whatever reason, for combat, for collecting things, what have you. You need to get there before that timer up there runs out. So that's one thing to remember. Machinist, don't worry that I'm gonna get to that. I want to start off basic and then go that route. Trust me, I'm already with you. Oh yeah, they do, Master. Okay. So, if we look at things, look at that. There's conductive components. There's salvage alloys. Like, look at all the materials that are around here. And if we look into our contacts, we can see, wow, there's a bunch of materials we can make use of here. So, how do we collect it? First and foremost, I will warn you guys. If you drop onto a bunch like this, don't target them. Do not target any of them. Reason, if you deploy your collector limpet and you actually target oh shit, wrong one. I accidentally deployed a heat sink. If you target anything and fire your collector limpet, it will go and get that thing and bring it back to you, and then the limpet expires. If you do not target anything and just fire your limpets, it will go and pick up any cargo or material around you, bring it back to you, load it into your ship, and then immediately go searching for another one. So don't target any material or cargo if you're doing like what I'm doing, where there's just like a whole bunch around and you want to collect them. Yes, Seb, really. So watch. Okay, for demonstration, I'm gonna target one. This is demonstration, so I've actually targeted that salvaged alloy. By the way, don't forget to drop your cargo scoop when you do this, and the limpets are not going to bring it back to you. Yeah, they are. They are actually classified as drones, Shadows. Okay, limpets bringing that back. Listen.
Collector limpet expired.
Do you hear that? It's a collector limpet expired. That means that collector limpet is gone. I cannot use it anymore. I've just wasted a single limpet. Now, watch what happens. I'm going to fire them both off, but I'm not going to target anything. I'm just going to let them do their thing. Yes, because I targeted a material that I wanted the limpet to go get. Watch. Just watch. Dropped it off, and it's going right back out again. Correct. It's if you target something, the limpet, it programs the limpet to go get that one thing and nothing else. If you do not target anything, it will grab anything that's in range. So if you're collecting a bunch of stuff, like I'm doing, don't target anything and just let your limpets fly. They will take care of themselves by going out and getting the first thing that they encounter. And every material I'm picking up right now, these are all manufactured materials. So these are all manufactured materials that I'm picking up right now. And then if there's nothing more for them to collect, you'll see there in the upper right corner, no valid collection targets. There, see, no valid collection targets. We've gotten everything there is to get here. So,
Cargo scoop retracted.
now I'm going to show you a way to get materials really fast. Hello, Cosmic, and yes, I am a cat girl, not a fox girl. So, if you want to get good materials, this will speed things up for your materials very quickly. No. Well, correct. They don't expire, and if you need to move somewhere on thrusters, yes, they will follow you along. Correct. If you need to jump into Super Cruise, they're gonna go away. Adeline, there is a concern. There's always concern you get dropped on, but here's the trick. If you do not have a mission, if you do not have an active mission, you know, I have no active missions. So if you have no active missions and no cargo other than limpets, any pirates that, no missions, you don't have a bounty, you're not wanted, and you don't have any cargo other than limpets, any pirate that drops onto your location will scan you, go, fuck you, you don't have any gold, I'm out of here, and they'll leave you alone. Unless you have a mission, a bounty, or cargo, pirates will leave you the hell alone. They won't even bother you. So that's something to keep in mind. So if you get, like, interdicted by a pirate, no, materials don't count as cargo. Notice. Inventory, here's my ship's cargo. All I've got in here are limpets. Your materials are in a completely separate category. They are not cargo. No, they don't take up cargo space whatsoever. Because materials are strictly for engineering. And so if you're like out exploring and you don't have any cargo except for limpets, number one, don't worry about the interdiction and don't go fighting them as soon as you get pulled out. Like if a pirate yanks you out of Super Cruise with an interdiction, just stop. Let them scan you. They'll say, bye, you don't have anything. Go get gold in your hold next time, and then they'll leave. They won't even mess with you. If you don't have any actual cargo, a bounty, or if you're not on a mission. If you're on a mission, then they'll probably attack you. Same thing with a bounty. And no, I don't do piracy. So, now I'm going to show you how you can get manufactured materials quick and easy. See this, chat? High-grade emissions? High-grade emissions are gold. High-grade emissions are golden stuff for us. Because what high-grade emissions is, remember how I dropped on degraded emissions? And I had, grade 1 and grade 2 materials? Those are fine. High-grade emissions are all grade 5 materials. And a couple of updates ago, Frontier gave high-grade emissions a huge buff. Because high-grade emissions before, when you dropped on high-grade emissions, you'd only get like 5. You would only get like 5, did my stream category not get changed? My stream category! Okay, there we go. So when you drop on, it used to be when you dropped on high-grade emissions, you can get like 5 materials. You would only get like 5 materials when you drop on high-grade emissions. Watch how many materials are present when I drop onto it now, since the buff that Frontier gave to high-grade emissions a couple months ago. Watch this. Give it a second, we'll drop onto it. Just bear in mind, high-grade emissions only would have 5 grade 5 materials in the instance, and that was it. That was all you got. You basically drop, get 5 materials that were worth like 3 apiece, and that was it. Then you'd have to go find another one. So just keep that in mind. Chat, you see all those white boxes on my radar? Every single one of those is a grade 5 emission. Or a grade 5 material. Every single one of them is a grade 5. There are 30 in here. 30 grade 5 materials. Oh yes, now do I even have room for proto heats? I may not even have room for these. No, I can't even show you because I'm full up on them. So let me find, hang on. Let me go somewhere else. Let me find somewhere that might have better high-grade materials. Federation, that'll work. I will go here. Hang on. And then after I do some collecting, I'll show you why this is going to be so much easier for you. Because when it comes to collecting material, when it comes to collecting manufactured materials, those are a big chunk of what you need to do for any engineering, is manufactured materials. And one of the biggest complaints Frontier was getting is what a grind it was to get them. Oh, you did text? Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that she's not close to that. That's good to hear. Alright, so we'll drop on the nav beacon real quick, get a quick scan on it. Okay, machine nest. Hopefully you can still hear me. Alright, so we'll get a quick scan of the nav beacon. There we go. Yeah, so by scanning the nav beacon, the purpose of that is I can identify every signal source in the system, and I don't have to manually scan it with the DSS. So, let us find, there's a high-grade emissions. Hopefully this one will have better stuff. And, Dio Likeramen, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Alright, let me see if I can get to this a little bit faster. Don't know if my trick is going to work, but I may end up shooting right past it. Let's see if this works. I haven't been able to do the super cruise assist trick for a while. Nope, it didn't work. Alright, well, that was to be expected. And Soulmaker, thank you for the follow also. Alright, let's see what we got this time. J10, just the hero today. Alright, once again, you've got like 30 materials. Hopefully I don't kill any of them. I think I just did. Alright, so what materials do we have here? Ah! Proprietary composites and core dynamics composites. Perfect. So, we have a very target-rich environment, chat. Look at all those materials out there, just ripe for the plucking.
Cargo
So,
scoop deployed.
let's get some. Yes, Leo, that would be flight assist off. Flight assist off is where... Let's see if I... Do I have it programmed? I don't have flight assist off. I typically don't use flight assist off. But yes, that would be like flight assist off. If you turn flight assist off, you can basically slide. So, you can see I'm picking up core dynamics, and you can see there is just a ton of them. So I did not turn to anything, and I can just sit here and let my limpets do their work. One after the other after the other. Usually it's a good idea to sort of kind of go above all of everything, because the limpets are... Let me see if I can... try to remember what my camera control is. Where's my camera? No. Where did I put my camera control? I forget. I can't remember where I put my camera control. Wait.
Ember, you should
There it
show
is.
a manual scooping for anyone that still doesn't have limpets. Cheer 100.
I will. I will do that, because I'm sure the limpets will not. So, watch the limpets. So. See my cargo scoop right there? And the limpets are going right into it. So that's where the limpets go to... Inventory full. Ah! So I have filled up my inventory with these things. I cannot fit anymore. I am... You do have a... You can get full. So you'll notice I am completely full on core dynamics composites. And... What's the other one? Proprietary composites. I didn't think I... Are they G4? Are they grade 4s? Yeah, they're grade 4s. So I'm full up on those. I cannot collect anything.
Cargo
So,
retracted.
let us jump into super grooves. But, you know, like I said, you can just basically just send your limpets out and they can collect all 30. Remember, each one of these is equal to 3 in your inventory. So every one material you collect is equal to 3 that you will see it within your inventory. Now, if you don't have collector limpets and you just happen to stumble across some materials you want to get, I'll show you how you can scoop them up. It's a little slower going, but, you know, in a pinch, you can do it. Oh yeah, Xanax. I know I got this. The reason why I got attacked, chat, is because I dropped into a power wreckage, which is a power play thing. I am aligned with a different power, and because I'm in what's considered quote unquote hostile territory, because I was in a power wreckage area, someone from an opposing faction or from the opposing superpower said, "Oh, we don't like you being here." Now, so okay, we have here we go. Perfect. We have some materials, some good ones. So we drop our cargo scoop,
Cargo scoop deployed.
get lined up on it. Again, notice the crosshairs. I'm 125 meters, I'm pretty close, so I will ease myself up to just under 40. And I got a little too close for that. Alright. Try and keep it centered of the crosshairs there. And just ease up to it. Keep it in the center. What the hell happened to it? My cargo scoop is down, isn't it? Yeah, it's down. Wait, am I full? No, I'm not. Why are you not collecting? There we go. Alright. Just take it slow. Keep it centered. Don't go too fast. There. See, keep it in the center. And you notice I collected it. So let's get another one. Chemical manipulators. Also class 4. Not bad. Okay, just take it nice and slow. Keep it in the center of your reticle. Boom. You get it collected. So that's how you can collect cargo and or materials if you don't have collector limpets on board. If like you just have an opportunity and you come across some stuff and you're like, hey, I want to grab those. This is how you can do it. No collector limpets necessary. And because I'm lazy, get in my collector, let me go get the others. No, I won't go at. No, it's because tracking that guy down is. I won't be able to track that guy down.
Scoop retracted.
Alright, so now I'm going to show you where you can go to make life easy after say you've just collected a whole bunch of grade 5 materials. But you're engineering and you don't need any of those materials. You need different materials for your engineering. So, first and foremost, you're going to need to find what's called a material trader. So, certain stations have what are called material trader contacts. And with those material traders, you can trade existing materials that you have for materials that you need or don't have. Now, how do you find these? The easiest way to find these is, hang on, I'm going to show you. Okay? Where is it? Hang on. I forgot I need to add. There we go. Ah! I'm being blocked! Oh no! Okay. So, remember I mentioned to you guys Inara. Inara is a very useful source of finding anything in the galaxy. So, we are currently located in Convolmia. So, you can either write this down or from, you can copy from the game. Go into Inara. And what we're going to be looking for is nearest. Okay? So, we can put in our current system that we're located in. And then for the material trader, we want to go to station services. And you just type in material trader. There it is. Click search. And here's the list of all material traders close to me. Like within sight, I don't know, well, like 53 light years, jump range. Now, you want to make sure with the material traders, when you're searching them in Inara, make sure you look over here for what the trader type is, because we are looking for manufactured right now. You can trade on manufactured, raw, or encoded. There's a material trader for each type of material. We are focusing for our demonstration tonight, manufactured. So, the closest one is Noguchi Enterprise in Benares. So, I'm going to copy the star system name, go back into Elite, and let's plot a course to that star system. Very good. And let's jump. Shoot. Sorry, I didn't realize that my browser was covering it. I'll show you again. When I jump in. Alright, so again, I found that system, so I just go into the search, paste it in, and of course I'm already here because I jumped, and then you just plot a route to it and go. So, we need to go to that station, get rid of the signal sources, and there's Noguchi Enterprise. So let's go to Noguchi Enterprise. Here we go. Alright, and go turn my heat up a little bit. It's getting a little chilly. Where do you get the center? Oh, you mean the little square? You mean the little square dot right in the center, J10? That little square dot that's like dead center of my ship's HUD? Is that what you mean? I will show you. I always prefer having it because it allows me to. Yeah, it's the mouse widget. In options, I'll show you once I drop on Noguchi Enterprise. Cause if I do it while in the middle of this, it'll rip me out of the menu when I drop. So I'll wait till I drop and then I'll show you. Give it a second while we do that. La-di-da-di-da, come on. There we are. Okay, so if you go into options, go into, I believe it's in graphics, and under display, nope, sorry, I'm wrong. Wait. Was it on display on this? No, it's not. It's in general? It's in one of these. Mouse controls. So in ship controls, mouse controls, show mouse widget. So if I turn off mouse widget, it's gone. It is not there anymore. I like to have mouse widget on because it tells me the exact center of my HUD. So I like to have mouse widget on. So it's a personal preference for me. If you don't like having mouse widget on, that's fine. Nothing wrong with it. I just simply prefer having the mouse widget on. So, let's go land at Kagochi Enterprise.
This is a weapon-free zone, Commander. Acts of aggression will not be
Well, Xanax, yeah, I find it more useful having the mouse widget because, again, I know the exact center of my HUD. And I like knowing where the exact center of my HUD is for things like keeping out of the fragments. Dark Ranger, thank you for 5 gifted. Thank you so much. So I like having the mouse widget because, like, say I'm fuel scooping, I know where to keep my nose exactly above the EZ line.
Cheer 100 that could help out people with motion sickness, like myself. I got motion sick playing Power Wash Simulator until I turned the crosshair from dynamic to always on.
Okay.
Landing
Leo,
gear
if
deployed.
that's a consideration, then absolutely it could help you. Yes. I just like it because it tells me it basically helps me guide how I can keep my nose above exclusion zone lines or orbital cruise lines and things like that. So now I can actually do this. So we've got a crap ton of G5 mats. Okay, I've got a ton of G5 mats that's filled up my hold. But you can see there's plenty of lower grade materials. Did I actually? Oh, I gotta change my filters. So I've got a ton of G5 mats, but I don't have so many of some of the other ones. Wait, did I? I thought I took off, oh. There we go. So there's plenty of, like, basic conductors. I only have 12 chemical storage units. You know, I only have a couple of these. So there's, like, you know, say I was low on compact composites. Just for sake of example. I needed compact composites for engineering, and I've only got 3. Bear in mind, you usually want to have about 9 material items per level of engineering. As a matter of safety, I usually try and get 9 materials for every level of engineering that I want to do. So, we need some materials. So, we go into the station services and we go to contacts. In contacts, here is our material trader. Now, again, because we searched on Nara, we know that this is a manufactured materials trader. If we didn't know and you just saw material trader, it will not tell you which kind of material trader it is. So that's why Inara can be very useful for you. So, we go into material trader, and here's our material trader. So what this does is it allows us to take any material that we have in our possession, which you can see is designated by a number. So I have 3 chemical storage units, 4 chemical distilleries, 13 pharmaceutical isolators, etc., etc. And we can choose a material that we have and trade it for a material that we want. But you can see there's a cost. So if I wanted to, first you select the material that you want. Okay? So let's say I wanted precipitated alloys. I have a need for precipitated alloys. I select precipitated alloys, and then I can choose what material I want to trade for it. But there is a cost. So, to trade for precipitated alloys, if I wanted to trade chemical distilleries for precipitated alloys, I would need to trade 6 chemical distilleries for 1 precipitated alloy. I do not have 6 chemical distilleries, so I cannot trade. I did not do that trade. However, chemical manipulators, I can trade 2 chemical manipulators, the top number. So I can trade 2 chemical manipulators for 1 precipitated alloy. So I can do this trade if I really wanted to. How the trade values works is basically you may have seen people talk in chat about trading it down. What that means is you take you look for something you want, say mechanical equipment, and you take a much higher grade material to trade for it. Because look, if I wanted mechanical equipment, I can trade 1 improvised component and get 27 mechanical equipment materials. It's a much higher ratio. So that's what trading down means. It's like you're selecting your... didn't want to do that. You're selecting a 1 through 4 grade material, and then you're using your much higher grade material to trade for it, and you'll get a incredible number. So if I want mechanical scrap, I can trade 1 improvised component and get 81 mechanical scrap. So that's what trading down means. And you want to try and keep your trades in the same Y. So if you want one of these 3, trade, keep your trades in this line, because if I wanted the hypercapacitor, if I traded biotech conductors for it, well, I'd have to trade 2 and I'll only get 9 instead of trading 1 military supercapacitor and getting 27. So you want to try and keep any material trade you have in the same Y, because it'll be much more cost beneficial to you. Okay? So, for example, phase alloys. I have the need for some phase alloys. They're always handy to have. I only have 6 of them. So if I trade proto-radialloy alloy, one of those will get me 9 phase alloys. So this is how, when you are engineering, and if you need almost any material, I'm using mechanical manufactured materials as an example. You also can do this with raw materials and encoded materials as well, at raw and encoded material traders. This is how you can easily get lower grade materials without having to spend hours and hours farming for them. So that's why you may hear about people going to the crystal shard sites to load up on grade 4 raw materials. So that way, if they need lower grade materials for manufacturing, they just go to a raw material trader and they can trade their really high level materials for the lower grade materials they need for the engineering. So that's how material trading works, and it's especially effective with the manufacturing materials because high grade manufactured materials are very easy to come by these days. You can find those high grade emissions that we collected from earlier in any populated system. Especially ones that have like 1 million plus population, there will always be a high grade emission, and literally you can fill up your entire inventory of any number of high grade emissions you can fill up your entire inventory of G5 materials from one high-grade emissions. Because they always come in a specific type. They'll always come either as proto heat radiators or proto-radial alloys. The military supercapacitors with military-grade alloys, the Imperial shielding, the core dynamics. They always you saw how many of those there were in that single high-grade emissions. I filled up. You could very easily fill up on grade 5 manufactured materials with high-grade emissions, go to a material trader, and trade for whatever you need. So it's really nice to be able to do that.